Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Thursday, October 26.
Investigation's been turned over to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, which is normal protocol for police shootings in our area.
A pursuit yesterday involving the Florida Highway Patrol culminates in an FHP-involved shooting of a suspect at the Hammock Beach Resort. FHP Master Sergeant Dylan Bryan.
About 5:40 this afternoon, trooper initiated a lawful traffic stop on a vehicle. The suspect fled. After a brief pursuit of that suspect, the suspect crashed their vehicle. And in the process of apprehending that suspect, our trooper engaged and fired shots at the suspect. And our last update was the suspect was hit and transported to a local hospital for their injuries. The troopers were not injured in this case.
The Flagler County Sheriff's Office was also on scene. Sheriff Rick Staley.
Deputies assisted the Florida Highway Patrol who had been involved in a vehicle pursuit that ended in a trooper-involved shooting. Deputies assisted in securing the area after the shooting and with medical assistance of the injured party.
This is a developing story, and we'll have more information as it becomes available. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you.
Cyber threats are the reality of the world we live in today.
That's why Palm Coast teamed up with Cyber Florida to offer free cybersecurity training to foster resilience against a growing number of cyber attacks. Doug Akins, Information Technology Director for Palm Coast, says the training, which included hands-on activities and an opportunity to craft a cyber incident response plan, was offered right here in Palm Coast.
Stacy Aruda, who is the founder and CEO of the Aruda Group, led the training, and as a former FBI special agent, had a lot to offer. It wasn't just a lecture, but she made the training engaging and interactive and really told a lot of stories from her past experiences that made the lessons come to life.
The training attracted several counties and municipalities.
We had people here representing Volusia County, Clay County, several cities including New Smyrna Beach, and the city of Fernandina Beach. We definitely have a great group of local IT leaders who collaborate on a daily basis and are able to share resources and information. And that relationship makes each of our respective organizations stronger.
Florida ranks second for the most residents impacted by cyber crimes. Last year, cyber crimes affected nearly 43,000 Florida residents who lost a combined $845 million. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
Assistance from the Flagler County Sheriff's Office leads to a drug arrest.
An arrest has been made 3 years after a 29-year-old female died from an overdose in Bunnell. The mother of the deceased victim contacted Sheriff Staley and requested that FCSO thoroughly review the investigation and attempt to solidify who sold the deadly poison to her daughter in hopes of being able to charge them with murder.
Major Case Detective Catherine Gordon was assigned the case, along with other detectives in the State Attorney's Office Special Investigations Unit. While we were unable to prove the individual sold the fatal dose that triggered the daughter's death, we were able to prove that she sold narcotics that we believe to be the fatal poison.
A warrant was issued for 39-year-old Malika Moulton's arrest in August after over 2 months on the run. Moulton turned herself in to the original investigator on the case, who is now a corporal in FCSO's Community Policing Division. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
The tour at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School begins.
Flagler School's school board member Will Furry describes Max Shackler as a strong man. When Shackler led a tour through the school in Parkland where his son and 16 others were killed 5 years ago, it was tough for everybody.
One of the most challenging times and emotional times is when we walked into the first classroom where the first children were murdered, and that was Max Shackler's son, Alex. And it was very difficult as he led us through this tour with some other officials. He was standing at the desk where his son was shot, and there was still the stain of blood on the floor underneath his feet while he told us about it. So there wasn't a dry eye in the room.
Furry said while most classrooms were set up with a safe corner, the shooter shot through the windows and open doors and did not enter the classrooms to kill victims. Today with Pastor Jay is on WNZF on Sunday mornings at 8, and it's on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, Flagler School's Guardian program. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
Part 2 of Will Furry on Today with Pastor Jay will air this Sunday. And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.